So we are in the studio doing my favorite thing, which is smelling new materials. I just placed an order with a supplier, Harry Sherwood, in the UK. He is an indie perfumer as well as material supplier. He carries a bunch of kind of normal stuff, kind of workhorse staple stuff, as well as some really interesting new materials. So I do this every time kind of the same way. I have an Excel document in which I store everything. So that is the perfume or the material name, CIS number, supplier, price, odor life, how long it lasts on a strip of paper, how long it, odor impact, how powerful it is when it hits your nose, and then just the general description, and then also if it's an allergen or not, if there's any allergens in it. So we got a number of materials here. I'm gonna just smell through them. This is ethyl vanillin acetate, which is a variant of ethyl vanillin. It's supposed to be a little bit less kind of white chocolate, a little bit less sickly sweet. At 10%, I'm gonna say medium odor impact. Vanillin, like the regular vanillin, has this like beautiful puffy quality, and then I find ethyl vanillin a little tighter. This does feel a little bit like a marriage of the two. The thing with things like this ethyl vanillin acetate, what are a little close to other materials, it's just kind of like a little variant of a really common material, is that I think I'd prefer to smell this right next to ethyl vanillin. You know, similar to tasting wine, if you can't remember the details of the like whatever Pinot Noir that you had at dinner 3 weeks ago, it is totally reasonable. So I have no idea. It smells a lot like vanilla. And I think when we smell it next to its cousin, we will see the difference. So we'll leave that. We'll come back to it in a few minutes. Oceanol. This is, from what I recall, kind of a marriage of a marine and mossy material, which do have some kind of crossover anyway. So Oceanol, 10%, mix of a kind of mossy and oceanic. Smelled softer than Verimoss, which is another powdery, sort of like literally powdered moss material. Yeah, smells a lot like Verimoss. Evernil is the other trade name. Very tight, very linear, punchy. Yeah, this is a really beautiful moss note. I could see it giving aquatic accords, kind of a herbal brininess to it, but it's not super oceanic, super marine on its own. It feels quite strong. Yeah, it's got a bit of a powdered texture. It's kind of like aggressive to smell. Right, this is a weirdo. So we have brown sugar Clarex. Yeah, so this brown sugar Clarex, the Clarex refers to some sort of extraction process in which there are a number of materials, fruit materials you can't actually extract from the fruit itself. That's why most fruits are accords besides citrus. So this Clarex refers to some sort of extraction process in which they are extracting, I think more so from the seeds, but they are extracting a lot of kind of like very interesting, accurate fruit notes. So this is brown sugar Clarex. I didn't know much about it. The thing I found with them, the few that I'd smelled from him, was that they're not particularly strong, but they're very nice. So little details, just adding like a little kind of final touch. Very, very nice. So we have this brown sugar Clarex. Oh, yeah, love that, love that. I would say this is like a Medium to low odor impact. I can't really smell it unless I'm really close to the strip. It doesn't have much kind of throw. And it doesn't smell sweet like sugar, but it just smells like molasses. It's just 100% molasses. It's also a little bit of like a stewed fruit kind of vibe, like kind of like caramelizing fruits. I don't know, maybe like plum kind of direction, like kind of a caramelizing like fruit sugars, plum, kind of purple fruit. Yeah, it's basically straight up molasses. It's beautiful. So we'll see, there's like it's a little scratchy in texture and it's dense. But yeah, that's beautiful. That's really cool. I could see that modifying like a rum kind of boozy accord really nicely. Also just like making a gourmand note feel a little bit more mature. I could see this brown sugar Claire X being a beautiful, just like little final detail addition. Okay. Holy, that's a name. Okay. Yeah, so this next material is definitely, I'm gonna say, in the gourmand world, kind of foodie world. 5-methohydroxymethyl furfural. 5-hydroxymethyl furfural. Furanones and thiazones, etc. Often all smell very foody. I don't recall what this is meant to smell like. This is a 10% dilution. They're often quite strong. They're often quite difficult to dose and used in combination with each other because they are so strong. So you want to use little sprinkles of them. Immediately I get green pepper, but like old, like kind of a soft green pepper. Okay, there's a little bit of green pepper, kind of pepperiness, but it's actually like a little roasty.